Alright guys, just want to talk you through assignment 34 here, just go right way through from start to finish. See if this helps anybody out. Obviously one assignment, due in 30th of 4th or 10, plenty of time. Looking at obviously e-commerce, effects of e-commerce on society, understand the technologies in e-commerce, and also any of the security issues, also including laws and guidelines which may affect businesses online. Okay, 6 passes, 3 merits, 3 distinctions, scattered throughout the assignment. Okay, look in the scenario, and this is quite important for people that are wanting the merit and distinctions. Scenario is all about a fictional bookshop, which is in Darlington Town Centre. They're looking at developing their business and looking to put their shop online. Okay, trying to sell a lot of their popular books online. Okay, so we're going to look at that process from start to finish. Okay, first task, P1, with an M1 extension task attached to the bottom there. You've been asked to prepare a report for the Cheetah Bookshop Manager, looking at social implications, benefits, and drawbacks. Okay, I've got the unit guide open beside me here because I just want to make sure that everybody's sort of following the same set of guidelines. Okay, 3 clear sections: social implications, benefits, and drawbacks. Okay, the main problems that people seem to find with this particular part are everyone's quite happy to jump straight into the benefits and drawbacks, so the good things and bad things about e-commerce, but it's the bit at the start, the introduction, okay, that adds the structure to your actual assignment. Just think it's the first thing you talk about in e-commerce, so it needs to be the first thing that is right at the start of your assignment. Okay, so looking at how e-commerce has changed, where it's came from, okay, over the last 10-15 years, and how it's changed. So looking at things like changing the customer's perspective. Just so everyone's aware from the unit guide, anything with the word EG, and then obviously you've got comma, 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 then semicolon. Okay, so anything between an EG and a semicolon, you don't have to do them all. You can only have to cover, let's say this has got 1, 2, 3 things between the word EG and the semicolon. So you only actually talk about 2. Okay, if you want to be comfortable, if you want to make sure you've got everything, cover 3, but you don't have to. Okay, so looking at providing add value, so adding to what is already a profitable, hopefully profitable bookshop. So how would they add to that? How are stores now adding to the actual profitability of their actual businesses? Okay, could look at providing services. So I mean, we could look at, just for example, store opening times, which are now online. You may want to develop that a bit more. You don't have to just talk about shops. You can talk about other entities such as train timetables, plane timetables, for example. Okay, and looking at the ease and security, okay, of e-commerce. Think about what people, what possibly parents, worry about when shopping online. Okay, this section here is because it's between semicolon, semicolon, you must write about this. Okay, so you must write about how it's impacted on businesses and impacted on society. How has it changed the world? Okay, how has it changed the high street? Okay, and again, looking at the economic and social impact due to the speed of changes. So it's not just how it had changed, but how things are changing almost on a yearly basis. Okay, so how quick things are moving. Okay, benefits and drawbacks. You just literally go through this list. Okay, so once you've covered the social implications, give me a little introduction to the unit. Okay, explain what e-commerce is all about. We then look at the good things and bad things about e-commerce. Okay, good things such as how it's now a global marketplace, the 24/7 trade, and the fact that you can go online whenever you want. Okay, any of this. Okay, fluid pricing, just for people, because I know that was one of the confusing points. Fluid pricing is the fact that online companies can change the price whenever they need to be a lot more competitive. Okay, and obviously we then look at the drawbacks. Okay, so things like lack of human contact, the fact that people actually want to talk to people. Okay, they want the reassurance, especially when paying a lot of money for products. Okay, and there's a lot of information on security issues out there. Okay, a good extension there to get your M1 is looking at potential risks of an e-commerce system. Okay, so what are the potential risks? You've got to think about the actual business though. Okay, so don't just explain what could actually go wrong, say how it could actually affect people. Okay, so what are the risks to the business? What are the risks to the owner? Put yourself in that position. Okay. Okay, so that's P1 out of the way. P2, task 2 is P2. So we need to look at 3 different entities. Okay, so what type of website? Now, luckily, the unit guide lists 7. Okay, so remember, it's anything between a semicolon. So the first entity is an e-tailer. Okay, then there's a semicolon. The second entity is a manufacturer. Okay, and so on. The third entity is an existing retailer. Okay. The good thing about the unit guide is it actually tells you which websites you need to look at. Okay, so because it has actually stated Amazon.com and eBay.co.uk, what I'm expecting is you talk about 3 different entities, so you can pick 3 out of that list of 7 there. Okay, let's just say, for example, you pick the first one, e-tailers. Okay, I would expect you to first of all explain what an e-tailer actually is. Okay, and then I would actually like you to look at some examples. Okay, now using Amazon and using eBay, okay, actually take some screenshots, use the website, explain the features. It'd be good to label the screenshots and annotate the screenshots and explain what these websites actually do. Okay, remember, you only have to do 3. Do not have to do all 7. Pick the 3 you're most comfortable with, please. Distinction extension. Okay, evaluate whether the actual company should use a brick and clicks format. What is brick and clicks? Brick and clicks means, does the actual company have a high street presence alongside an online presence? Okay, so looking at stores like HMV, okay, looking at stores like Tesco now, whereas you can actually walk into the shop in town, okay, in the city centre, and you can also go online and buy the same products. Okay, so how do these websites actually do it? Okay, again, I would definitely expect examples here. I would expect you to look at a number of stores online, and I would actually expect you to go into the store in the town. Okay, have a look around. What is the same? Do they use the same logos? Do they use the same color schemes? Take a few prices in. Take some of the new products in and check, are they the same prices? Are they cheaper online? Do they do it the same in the store? Okay, then have a look around. How do they actually coexist? Does the website advertise the store? Does the website have the actual opening times for the store? Does the store advertise the website? Okay, just as an example. Okay, and look where you think things are going. So just for an example, Argos, Comet, PC World, you can actually order the product online or walk into the store and buy it. Okay, so can you find any good examples there? Personally, I would look at competitors. So if you're talking about a bookshop, I would look at some bookshops. Okay, remember your scenario, remember why you're doing this assignment. So task 3, which is P3. Okay, we need to have a look at now hardware, software and networking technologies used in e-commerce. Okay, now this in the unit guide breaks down quite nicely because it's very simply hardware and software, which is this section here. I'll just put that on a, there you go, continuous page. Hardware and software is all together. So remember, every semicolon. So I would definitely expect you to talk about web servers. Definitely expect you to talk about browsers. Okay, so what are the issues with browsers? Okay, so you need a browser. Explain what a browser actually is. Okay, and possibly explain there are many browsers. Okay, you're not just stuck with Internet Explorer. You've got a lot more choices there. Okay, the trickier one is probably more the networking technologies. Okay, so explain what TCP/IP addressing is. Okay, explain what ports and protocols are. Okay, and then we need to look at domain names. Okay, so for example, we need to look at why websites use memorable names, why websites use multiple registrations. So why do websites use .co.uk and sometimes .com at the same time, even though they go straight to the same website? Okay, and that will cover that. I would like you to obviously look at DNS is involved there as well, especially with the IP addressing. Okay, domain name servers as well.